Hey everybody, so we're gonna brine a turkey today, and I'm gonna do a voiceover because my kids were excited and being a little loud. But you're gonna want to take your bird and put it in a big enough container to cover it in a nice big bed of ice. We're gonna add in 5 sliced oranges. Now I'm gonna be making an apple cider citrus brine. 3 sliced lemons and 3 sliced limes. Garlic cloves, 12 to be exact. Some rosemary sprigs. I'm going to spread them out thoroughly. Next, we're going to add some bay leaves. Again, we're just going to spread it all over there. That container was almost done anyways. I hate when it sticks on me. Alright, and next we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of peppercorns. And I'm using half a tablespoon measuring spoon because my kids are great and lost some of my measuring cups and spoons. And I forgot there for a second that I'm using a half spoon, so I had to add a little bit more. There we go. All right, next we're going to add some whole cloves. Sprinkle a few of those in there. All right, and there we go. There's our pre-mix. Now we're going to make up our liquid mix, and I'm gonna shake up your apple cider really good, and gonna add 6 cups of apple cider to the pan. Next, we're going to add 12 ounces of honey. Two cups of salt. And 32 ounces or 4 cups of brown sugar. I'm gonna whisk this in. Whisk, excuse me. We're going to whisk it in. All right, and get that all stirred in there. And brown sugar can be a little thick and clumpy, so you really want to break it up nicely. That was giving me some trouble. There we go. All right. And now we're going to whisk and whisk and whisk some more. We're going to whisk until the sugar and the salt is blended nicely and it's nice and juicy and there's no granulations. All right, we've been whisking for about 15 minutes and have it exactly where I wanted. The salt and the sugar have, I cannot think of the stinking word, has absorbed and the mixture is nice and smooth and there's no granulations and that's what you want. Now you're going to add ice to the mixture and you're going to add cold water to the container with your bird in it. All right, and once you've done that, now you're going to slowly spoon your mixture into your container with your ice and your bird. Now, this is very, very important. You're going to spoon the mixture onto the ice and do your very best not to touch the bird directly with the hot mixture. This is very important. You want to put enough ice in there to create a comfort zone over your bird so that the mixture blends in with the ice and cools pretty much immediately on contact, because you don't want to pre-cook your bird or warm your bird up. You want your bird to stay cold. And now we're going to stir all of this together really nice. Make sure it's mixed up really good and evenly and everything is spread out. This is going to optimize the brining process. And then you're going to secure your bag loosely. Kind of just twist up the top and tuck it in. And then put a lid on your container and put it somewhere safely to the side. You're going to want to check on your bird about every 3 to 4 hours. Give it a stir. You want to make sure that there is ice holding its form in there and keeping the bird cold. So add more ice if you need to. This is what you're going to look for right here. I still have ice chunks in there. I'm going to give this a quick stir and then I'm going to seal it right back up. Alright, it is 36 hours later, and it is time to get this bird ready to cook. Alright, now I'm using one of my sifters to pull out as much of the hard ingredients I put in there, the oranges, the lemons, the limes, the rosemary, springs, peppercorns, all that stuff. And then I'm going to use another container to bowl out as much as the liquid mixture as possible. Alright, now I can pull my turkey out. Ooh, look at her. She's so nice and juicy. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's going to be such a good bird. Alright, you're going to want to thoroughly rinse your bird in cold water. You know, make sure you get all the peppercorns and the cloves and all the little stuff rinsed off of your bird. So give it a really good, thorough rinsing. Alright, now we're going to pat our bird dry with some clean paper towel to get it ready to cover it in olive oil and a dry rub. Now you can use a dry rub of your choice. I make my own, which consists of 3 teaspoons of salt. Forgive me. 2 teaspoons of paprika. 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. 1½ teaspoons of black pepper. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of thyme. And a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now, once you've added all of your spices, you're going to mix it all together nice and thoroughly. Make sure you break up any clumps. I'm using my mini whisk. A fork works as well. And another thing like I do is I'll save old containers from old rubs I made. And once I stir this all up really good, I'm going to put the mix into my shaker to make it easier to put on my bird. All right, and now we're gonna brush a light coating of olive oil onto the bird. All right, and once you've put on a nice even coat of olive oil, you're going to sprinkle on a nice even coat of your dry rub. Alright, I've got the back side of the turkey all done and flipped over, coated the top side with olive oil. Now I'm going to stuff my turkey with a mix here I have that is oranges, limes, lemons, onions, and some fresh garlic cloves, and I'm going to stuff the turkey really good with that. I'm going to be slow roasting my turkey, so I will not be doing the traditional stuffing inside the bird. I'll be making that separate later. All right, let's get this bird finished up here and finish putting the brine on the top side here. Making sure to pick up my wings and legs and getting a nice light but thorough coat all over the bird. And now it's time to get her going in the oven. You're going to want to preheat your oven at 275 degrees. I should have said that sooner. My apologies. But luckily, this is a video that you can pause and replay. But seriously, preheat your oven at 275. I also have a meat thermometer I'll be putting into the turkey a little bit later to make sure it is cooked to perfection. And oh, look at that gorgeousness. Yes. And this cooked for about 5.5 hours, and she is looking absolutely stunning. Oh, look at those juices. I made some delicious homemade gravy with some of those juices right there. And here was just our overall spread. I've got some stuffing, some deviled eggs, some cranberry sauce, some sweet potatoes with pecan marshmallow topping. Everything you see here I made from scratch. We've got homemade gravy. We've got steamed green beans, mashed red potatoes. It was just a really great meal. And just look how juicy and tender and succulent this bird came out. Oh, amazing. 10 out of 10. You can use this for any bird. I used it on a 20-pound turkey. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you so much. Subscribe.